I guess for us who have been for Trump because of the peace that we thought he stand for, your dreams are getting scattered and you are very much into shock mode right now, I guess, because it looked like Trump has probably disappointed most people that really thought, you know, he stand for this and this and this. I mean, even Candace Owens, who was very much of a Trump supporter, is actually admitting that maybe she was wrong about Trump. And I'm in that mix of admitting that, okay, this is not what I thought he stand for, because with the Iran and Israel war, you can see that he's into it for real and very deep, I must say. Listen to Candace.
Among very many other of the accusations of corruption, Bibi's cabinet coordinated verified lies and propaganda to be shared with the Western media. Okay, you can read all of this, by the way, in Haaretz, an Israeli newspaper, because you certainly can't read in any of the Western ones. And why is that? Well, because they have their marching orders. Because virtually everything that we have watched and listened to over the last 3 years has been one long, unhinged propagandist effort in preparation for this war. AIPAC dollars spent, journalists funded to overreact to any and everything. I'm not kidding, right? So sensitive. Everything is now anti-Semitism. Everything is the Holocaust. Everything is Adolf Hitler. Every person that you knew that was in public magically over the last 2 years got possessed by the spirit of Adolf Hitler. At least that's the version, like according to Zionists. They became radical and they became obsessed and they became obvious to the quote unquote conspiracy theorists like me, who told you the reason why they were acting this way. It was to prepare for war with Iran. I've been saying this, I'm not kidding, for over 2 years. Here's a clip of me saying it again just last year. Take a listen. Iraq, Libya, Syria. He says it, we do it. And now he's saying that Iran might kill President Trump. And if he does, then we just better all say we're going to war right now and not ask any further questions. Let me tell you something right now. Something happens to President Trump, I'm going to have a lot of further questions. And I'm going to make this statement to the American people. Please listen to me. Do not send your sons and daughters to fight in this planned war. They have been planning this war for years, okay? Do not believe them when they say they have weapons of mass destruction. They have been trying this strategy for years in various countries that they want war with, okay? Stop letting these elite oligarchs, very small group of them that benefit from these never-ending wars, allow you to be deluded into emotionality and irrationality and to allow your children to die on foreign soil. Not a single American daughter or son is going to die overseas for this planned war. Call me now, Miss Cleo. Like I said, it was just way too obvious. But, you know, I did get something wrong there. The assassination attempt of Donald Trump, or maybe he did experience some sort of an assassination of his opinion, his soul, because I'm not sure what exactly happened to the Trump that I just showed you, the Trump that I voted for, because today he is singing a very different tune. If you've been paying attention to the last 24 hours, he's now attacking people that have remained consistent, that are standing against our involvement in the Middle East on the basis of the fact that regime changes have never worked there. He's attacking, of all people, Tucker Carlson. Tucker Carlson, who we showed you on the show yesterday, was very gracious in his assessment of Trump. Said he has a good heart, he's a good man. And here's why I don't agree with the Iran regime change efforts. He spoke about this very above board with Steve Bannon. Okay, a reporter caught Trump off guard at the G7 meeting. He's standing next to Keir Starmer, and they ask him to respond to something that Tucker never said. And here is what Trump says about Tucker Carlson. Take a listen.
The other day, response to Tucker Carlson criticizing you, saying that you were complicit in the war.
I don't know what Tucker Carlson is saying. Let him go get a television network and say it so that people listen.
And quickly, have you spoken to the...
In case you didn't hear him, he said, let Tucker Carlson go get a television network and say it there, and maybe people will listen. So I guess he's kind of trying to take a dig at Tucker Carlson, even though Tucker never took a dig at him, and implying that Tucker Carlson is no longer relevant because he's not on TV. And what does he do there? He just exposes himself for being out of touch. Really? You have to have a television network to be heard in America today? What next? Tucker Carlson, go get a fax machine? Go get a fax machine, Tucker Carlson. If you want people to read your messages. That's how I read that. Completely ridiculous. But he doubled down on this. He went on to Truth Social and he said Tucker Carlson, who has maintained that we should not send our sons and daughters to die in another regime change war, since all of them have been a remarkable failure, at least for America, not for Israel. Trump tweets this: somebody please explain to kooky Tucker Carlson that Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Now, if you're wondering, wait a minute, didn't Tulsi Gabbard literally just testify in March that Iran did not appear to be building a nuclear weapon? Yeah, she did. And Trump has this to say about Tulsi Gabbard, who is his director of national intelligence. You can just dismiss what she says, according to Trump. Take a listen.
Mr. President, you've always said that you don't believe Iran should be able to have a nuclear weapon, but how close do you personally think that they were to getting one? Because Tulsi Gabbard testified in March that the intelligence community said Iran wasn't building a nuclear weapon.
I don't care what she said. I think they were very close to having.
What is that, guys? You don't care what your director of national intelligence is telling you? You don't care? Because Bibi Netanyahu, called you up and said, yeah, we need a pretext for war. Like we always need a pretext for war. We're constantly bombing and killing people all the time. We're committing a Holocaust in Gaza. Could you just go out there and tell them that they were building a nuclear bomb? They weren't. And there's been no evidence of that outside of Bibi Netanyahu's trust me, bro, because I guess you have to come up with something to make people hysterical to believe that we have this never-ending right to murder human beings. That's what it is. It's a carte blanche that has been handed to Israel to continually murder human beings in the Middle East, to use American soldiers to effect regime changes in the Middle East at the benefit of no one but Israel, okay? While they go, oh, well, we kept our hands clean. We didn't get involved in that one. Yeah, if you think we're stupid and we're not paying attention to what the results of all of these wars have been, Bibi Netanyahu standing before Congress and demanding that we go to war with all these countries, and then we do it. And then they go, oh, we had nothing to do with that. We benefited, but that's just lucky. We benefited Syria. Yeah, we benefited Libya. Yeah, we benefited. That's just Iraq. Yeah, 9/11, but I don't know. We're just lucky that way. So right now, the lack of consistency, it is stunning to watch Trump do this. He's all over the place right now on social media. I mean, he initially signaled right away that America had nothing to do with what happened in Iran, that America was not going to get involved, that he was negotiating peace. Then he signaled that he didn't have any idea that the attack was coming, but also that he did know that the attack was coming. And now he's tweeting we. He's literally using we to describe what is happening in Iran right now. Let's just take a look at some of these tweets. We now have complete and total control of the skies over Iran. Iran had good sky trackers and other defensive equipment and plenty of it, but it doesn't compare to American-made, conceived, and manufactured stuff. Nobody does it better than the good old USA. Oh, well, hey, yeah, we've got our planes in the skies. Okay, American troops might die, but USA, 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 because our stuff is so good and good looking in the sky. The big bad American planes are in the sky. What does he think? We're stupid? And the people online that are trying to pretend that we are the ones betraying Trump for holding him accountable to his promises that he made to us when we voted for him, when we encouraged other people to vote for him. You're pretending that we're the ones that are problematic? This level of gaslighting that's taking place. You got Laura Loomer out there saying, screenshot every tweet that's against Donald Trump. Let me tell you something, sweetheart. You better start capturing Donald Trump's tweets that are going out right now because they seem pretty against Donald Trump's ideas of yesteryear. That's all I'm saying.